people we meet on vacation.
Yes, you got it on the money.
I did, yeah, killed that. Let me give them just the basis on what's going on, right? I was seeing ads for this movie everywhere, literally everywhere. And I'm like, dude, this movie's probably going to suck. I was like, this movie's probably going to suck. You know, realistically, look, it's a Netflix rom-com. I'm like, I don't really have a lot of confidence in Netflix. I know they make some good things, and maybe I'm just a hater, but I was like, it's probably not going to be that good. At the very least, it's going to be enjoyable for the audience that likes rom-coms.
Yeah.
Comes out, people that I know are watching it, highly rating it. 3.5, 4 stars. I saw a 4.5. I'm like, all right, chill out. Can't be that good. And I'm like, all right, I want to see what everyone is saying. I click on the Letterboxd, and it went down, but it's not by that much. It was a 3.5. It's at a 3.4 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd.
That's
and I'm
really
like,
good.
dude, the majority of people giving it 4 out of 5 stars. And I'm like, is this movie good? Is this a movie I need to watch? Phil, sell me on the movie.
My bad, I had to burp.
Yeah, it's okay.
Bro, this movie actually surprised me. Like, it actually did. Like, I'm getting ready. I'm like, all right, next up, I finished a couple episodes of Stranger Things. I'm like, all right, let me watch this movie because I need to review this. I need to understand because just like you, I see the ads everywhere. I'm like, I gotta check this out. I put it on. I turn on some 2K, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna listen in because it's a rom-com. What could I miss? While I'm playing 2K, in the middle of it over and over again, I'm pausing the game because I'm playing story mode, and I'm just like, oh wait, something's happening that I really need to pay attention to. I play it again. I turn on the game again. I gotta pause it again, and it happens over and over and over again. So I'm like, I'm just gonna watch the movie, bro. I need to pause it. This movie does a really good job of telling you who the two main characters are, showing you what their personalities are, and even giving you good background of like why they are who they are from the jump. Because it does a thing that I liked, and I was talking to Tyler about it. It does a really cool editing choice of giving you a situation at the start. It's pretty awkward, but they're explaining why it's awkward throughout. And I like that. But what I liked most about it is the two main actors in it, Emily Bader and Tom Blyth. Emily Bader plays Poppy in this movie. She was probably my favorite character in this movie. Tom Blyth plays Alex, who was also a really good character, but he wasn't my favorite, but he was still right there.
Yeah.
Their chemistry was very good. Their characters were very well written. That's another thing I want to compliment on it. The script was really good. The plot, like Poppy's what she's dealing with, what her problem is, was very to me was pretty real and actually very essential for the story, because Alex's character is the exact opposite. And I know in rom-coms or whatever that's gonna happen. Two of the characters
Opposites attract.
Opposites attract or something like that. But in this one, it felt like something that could really happen and was just executed very well. I think that this movie does need a higher rating because it was just very well done. It was very I want to say just really addicting. I got addicted to it. Like right when I turned off 2K, I'm just really like paying attention to everything that's going on and just the sequence of events that, because I mean, the people we meet on vacation, they keep going on different vacations and stuff, but what they're doing on the vacations and how they're interacting with each other is just really cool and nice to watch. Like, it's a cute movie, but it also is a cute movie that has a very well done story. Like, I was shook. I was surprised because I was thinking it was just going to be a cheesy little rom-com.
And that's exactly what I was expecting too. That's why I was like, dude, I'm not going to watch this movie.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting it just to be a cheesy little rom-com that Netflix is putting out. That's one of its Netflix movies. You guys know what I'm talking about, but it turned out to be more than that to me. It was very well put together. I know I keep saying it. I'm just trying not to spoil it for you because it just does things really well with their characters, and it grows, or it keeps expanding who they are throughout. And then right when the final moment comes up, all the choices that they make to get to the final like point was done really well. Like, there was a scene that happens at the end where a character's running and then another character has to catch up to them. That's just a little hint. But the way that scene was executed and played out, I really liked. I got a little excited when it happened too. I was like, that was a good job. Yeah. That was a good point right there. But there are a lot of like points in it where certain quotes hit at the very right moment too.
Yeah.
Like, it's like realization points too, which is what I liked about it. But this movie is very well done. I think one of the coolest things too about it was after I finished the movie, I go outside and I'm walking over my car because I'm gonna go get something, and I look into a window somewhere because where I live there's some dorms and stuff, and I look in the window and there's a group of people watching this movie. And I was like,
you run in there, you're like, oh, guys.
Because I finished my review and I gave it its rating, and I was like, oh, I feel pretty good about it. And then when I see that, I was like, okay, I feel very good. And then even today, later on in the middle of the day, I see other people watching it somewhere. And I was like, okay, this movie is it's getting attention, but I thought that was really cool. But it's valid. I think the people giving it 3.5s and 4s or whatever, 7, 8, 9s. 7, 8, 9. I was kidding. I'm doing it. I don't care. It happened. I'm in the moment. But giving it that type of rating, like, I think it's valid. Yeah. Because I think it really is a good movie.
My last question, really fast, is I think some of the best romantic comedies are like a really good balance of like the comedy and then like some good drama stuff. I think of La La Land, like especially. Like, La La Land is so funny, but then like when it's serious and real, it's freaking serious and real. How would you scale that movie? Do you think it's more of a comedy, or do you think they have some pretty solid drama moments?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say without a doubt, it's definitely more of a comedy, especially for comparing it to La La Land. It doesn't touch La La Land. I'm sorry. La La Land was a much better movie.
Just an example. I know it's like the best.
I was like, I don't know how I'm going to compare it to that.
I just meant more so in the sense that, like, how does it balance that, like drama and like emotion stuff with the same like comedy genre that it is?
It does a very good job because at the beginning it's full comedy, like full cuteness, full whatever. But then when you get later, I want to say into the last like 40 minutes of the movie, it's still comedy, but it's very much more like, I want to say 80% drama, 20% comedy. And like I said, this movie hits the right key moments at the right time. Like when it needs to get serious, it gets serious. When it needs to be funny, it gets funny. And when it needs to be both, it executes it perfectly. But I thought it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Like, so far, I mean, I know this is technically the second movie I watched in 2026. It's in my top 10.
Yeah.
It's in my top 10. But it was very well done. Very well done movie. And I would watch it again, actually.
Nice.
I would.
All right. Then I'll probably check it out.
I think you should.
I'm going to watch it,